GW gang, how should I light my desk setup? I think you can resonate with that question since that's something I asked myself when I broke down my previous desk setup and started to build this one. I considered the Hue light strips made by Philips, but ultimately decided to buy the Govee LED lights because of how well they're liked in the community. In the previous video, you may have noticed light emitting from the back of the monitor. That, my friends, was the Govee LED light strips. If you like how clean this install looks and how the wires are managed, this is the right video for you. Let's break down how I install the lights on the back of the monitor, then unbox and put a light strip on the back of this desk, and lastly, go over buying options and things you should look out for before buying. Before installing anything that sticks, we are always recommended to wipe down the surface it's being applied to. My starting point for installation was the strip that went into the control module. In my opinion, it made sense to start at the bottom since that's where it all hangs down. I applied the strip horizontally to the bottom of the monitor and twisted it up vertically. You can see that I should have looped it at this corner like I did with the others, but hey, live and learn. After I applied the Govee light strips vertically, I looped it and applied it in the horizontal position. Here's where you should be careful and think through the install to prevent any gaps in your light. I didn't stick the Govee light strips to the outer edge of the monitor because I have a monitor light bar that hangs on the back. Please keep that in mind when you're installing this Govee light strip or any light strip on your monitor. Then I did another loop to attach the light strip vertically and one more time horizontally across the bottom. When I reached my endpoint, that's where I took a pair of scissors and cut the Govee light strips on the indicated line. So far, what do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. As far as wire management, you can see I fed the wires through the clip on my monitor arm and held it in place on the pole using cable straps. Check the link in the description below in case you need some for your wire management. Before I jump into how to control the light strips, let's go through the process of installing a new Govee light strip on the back of the desk. For this light installation, I'm using the Govee 16.4 feet Wi-Fi RGB LED strip lights that I purchased on Amazon, but you can also buy it from the Govee website as well. Check the description below to see if Govee is running any generous sales on their website. When I slid my desk setup away from the wall, I ain't gonna lie, that's where things got a little ugly. After renovating this room, I never switched out my outlets and therefore never put an outlet cover back on. You can also see how my power strip fell off the back of my drawer. Side note, remind me to never buy the tape I bought ever again. But let's get back on track. As recommended, I wiped the back of my desk off with the alcohol wipe that was provided. Then after unraveling the strip lights, I found the end of the light that had the pins on it and used that as my starting point. I placed the end with the pins at the corner of my desk and carefully applied the rest of the Govee LED light strips to the back of my desk with the lights terminating on the right side. You can see that I fed the light strips under the wires from other devices. For the items that I clamped to my desk, it was applied over them because they're in a spot that's not going to change anytime soon. Now, if you were starting with a blank slate desk setup, I guess you could apply the light strips first and then clamp on the items to your desk, but I didn't want to take any chances by damaging the light, nor did I want to have anything interrupt the light pattern on my wall. After wrapping the LED Govee light strips around the side of my desk, I found the termination spot and cut along the instructed line with a pair of scissors. Next, I slid my desk back into place, plugged the light strip module into the control box, plugged in the light, and watched it do its thing, flashing through multiple colors as it does on install. As you can see, my control box is on the side of my desk for easy access. I know it isn't the most aesthetic spot, but like I said, placement is for convenience for those times I don't feel like controlling the light via the app, which is a nice segue into controlling the lights remotely using the Govee app. The instructions for controlling the LED light with the Govee app is pretty straightforward. First, I made sure my Bluetooth is turned on. Inside the Govee app, to add my new lights, I pressed the plus button and then selected my device H6159. Now, here's where you should pay attention. Selecting a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network is pretty important because Govee points out that a 5 GHz network is not supported. Within the app, there are a multitude of options which include effects, a timer, modes, and the RGB color wheel selection. For clarity, this isn't a review of the Govee LED lights, but more so inspiration for you to purchase your own lights to light up your space. As I shared with my Instagram community, this is only one of several Govee products that I purchased to use on my desk setup. As I always say, I love when I see 70% or more 5 stars for a product on this Amazon page. Check the link in the description if you want to follow along. With over 53,000 ratings, that is a true testament to how well these LED lights are loved. As I previously stated, Govee's websites may have sales going on, which is a reason you should check out their website as well. I selfishly wish Govee sold an 8-foot version since I'm left with all this extra lighting, but on second thought, it would be useful if I used a connector strip to add on to existing lighting. Now, remember earlier when I said I wanted to warn you of something? If you want the LED strips that can display multiple colors at once, that is not this LED light strip. What you're looking for is the RGBIC LED light strips, which is not what I have. But let's say you have these lights installed and you're trying to complete your desk setup. I think this next video is an item you need to add to your clean and minimal work from home desk setup.